Good day to all. Welcome to Extreme Recap. Hello, guys. We'll talk about the 2020 drama thriller Run today. This movie tells the story of Kao, a high school senior who is frequently bullied by his classmates. The film opens up inside counselor room, where he has adhered numerous sketches and photographs of his crush, Gabriella, covering the entire wall. Kelsey, Run, his beloved dog, and he get ready for school on the way. While he's getting ready, he sees Gabriella and her friends stuck at a traffic light. It won't be long before her boyfriend Vic arrives. Vic and Gabriella are the most famous among the secondary school seniors. Further, Hang and Large Earn are two of Vic's dearest companions. Ronnie and Callus's vigorous friends also bullied her, a troubled young man who uses drugs. Upon arriving at school, as usual, Callus, despite being bullied by Ronnie, this time he drops a rubber ball by accident. All of a sudden, Cecily shows up at the scene and gets it, preventing further humiliation for the Kao. It just so happens, Cecily covertly reveres Kao and desires to draw near with them later during a class test, wanted greater and constrained. They cheated on Caldwell. However, the instructor observes them and immediately initiates a Kao call. He then inquires as to whether the two of them cheated on his paper. Nonetheless, Kao lies, saying that they didn't cheat as he would rather not get into any fight with the domineering jerks inside the class. Kao often reaches its peak as a rare Gabriella. However, she does not appear to be interested in him. Additionally, he frequently entices her, but he has never dared to approach her. Because of this, Borgie, his best friend, tells him to stop liking Gabriella because she is out of reach. He adds that Kao ought to have a better girl than she has. Following the classes, Calvin, once he regains his composure, approaches Gabriella to invite her to join him at a school dance. She does, however, politely decline his offer, stating that nobody goes to parties like this one. After that, Kao quietly inserts a sketch into her bag as she leaves. Later, a fervent friend confronts the Kao and sees his bike, leaving him at the football field. Vic reveals that Hang and Bigger will be removed from their athletic team for cheating on the exam. Thus, Vic menaces Collins to persuading the educator that Hank and Bink Earn had not cheated. Moreover, that it is merely a miscommunication. But the Kao won't. Because of the incident, which results in victory, the trio put him in a garbage can and rolled him down the stairs to make him suffer. Kyle's part-time job starts late. It turns out that he is always late for work, and this time, his boss says that if he does it again, he will be fired. He writes back home after work, exhausted from a long and difficult day. He still runs, however, to play, catch, and throw. When his mother returns from a late night at work, he is still working on his homework. The following day, Kyle is called to school by Principal Carey because a guard saw him being bullied by Vic and his group. Vic followed shortly thereafter in primary carriers. If he and his friends bullied Kao without acknowledging it. Since Kala had been stalking his girlfriend, Vic says he was just trying to teach him a lesson. Gabriella. Even a sketch that the Kao put in Gabriella's bag is shown by Vic. Principal Carey dismisses them after seeing the sketch and warns them to be careful in the future. Cecily approaches the calendar and bites into the following classes. Party. In any case, Kao declines, saying that he isn't intrigued working. While he is writing at home, his boss constantly reprimands him because he struggles to finish his work. He observed Cecily smoking alone near the library. Calvin joins her and the two bond while smoking together. Cecily rode his bicycle home from Caltech later. Gabrielle makes an apology to Cal the following morning for Vic's behavior while they are seated in a group study. She apologizes to him by telling him that Vic is possessive and refusing to let any other men approach her. She welcomes Cal to a party at Fixed Place. Georgie is overjoyed to hear this, but Cecily is envious because she doesn't want Calico with other girls after school. Portugal gets Kao to go to the party, claiming that Gabriella may now be interested in him. Kao finally agrees. Soon thereafter, Calambur, you go to the party. Despite the fact that Calcium is impartial in it, he turns out to be more upset when Gabriella completely overlooks his presence. As he is going to leave, Cecily appears and the two get going talking while an alcoholic Porgy humiliates himself in. The couple has a private conversation outside. Unfortunately for them, however, Dick and his friends saw them from upstairs. They immediately descend and, once more, begin tormenting the couple. This time they go excessively far as they lock out inside their vehicle's trunk and begin pestering Cecily. Hearing the disturbance, Gabrielle shows up at the scene and pushes Vic to the ground. Cal likewise figures out how to get out from the storage compartment and attempts to conciliate Cecily, which he is profoundly damaged by the occurrence and takes off from that point without talking a word. By claiming that he was not harassing Cecily, Vic attempts to establish his innocence. However, Gabrielle is not having it. She was callous and enraged at Borgia because he was the one who forced him to attend the party as she witnessed the entire ordeal first thing the following morning. He confronts Borgie about it, but Borgie retaliates by claiming that Kyle is just a coward who does not respond to his bullies. The argument caused the two to split up and stop speaking to one another. Gabriella tries to apologize to Cal in the meantime, but he completely ignores her. Cal discovers that his bicycle chain has been cut after school, which again causes him to be late for work. This time, his supervisor fires him decisively. Incensed by the circumstance, he chooses to get back at Beck. Soon thereafter, he takes his mom's vehicle while she's sleeping in Seth's fixed vehicle ablaze. Kel skipped school the following day and instead went to Cecily's house to apologize. On the other hand, her father knocks on the door and tells him that his daughter isn't home. After that, Cal waits at the library for Cecily, but she doesn't show up. Hank and the Big Ern, on the other hand, spot a cow and begin to follow him. Some Hammond changed a hide away from them when they got home. He goes to a gun shop to buy something to protect himself. Later in the night, Cal gets a message from Sesame, requesting that he come to her place in the wake of meeting. His concern for the incident at the party can be seen in her cowl. However, she reassures him that he was not to blame. Kel suggested that she tell the police while they were talking, but she responded that she doesn't want to make the situation worse. She goes on to say that her father is a drug dealer who has spent a lot of time in and out of jail. If he learns of the incident, he will undoubtedly try. Cecily would rather keep her mouth shut because she doesn't want her father to end up in jail once more. Cal returns to school the following day after being absent for a week. Portia apologizes to him for breaking his bicycle chain and comes up to him. Hearing this, Cal gets irate as he lost his employment on account of Borgie's senseless demonstration. In the interim, Vic and his friends are certain that the cow started the fire in his car. After class, they caught him and beat him badly in front of everyone. However, this time, Caleb gets up and fights back with the brass and uncle he had purchased earlier because he was tired of being bullied. Everyone, including Ronnie, appreciates Cal for his bravery, who requests that he join his group. Cal rapidly acknowledges the proposal in Ronnie. The group invites him to cow bowling and drives him to his house before leaving. Cal plays with Rent at home later that evening before setting out to meet his new gang. Cal that has come out is informed by Ronnie had included bleach in his drugs, resulting in severe complications, resulting in migraines for several months, including broken blood vessels in his head. He goes on to say that it took him a long time to do so. Cal called Cecily to his house while his mother was at work after the incident that night. They got to spend some good time together. Cecily, on the other hand, commends his bravery for responding to the bullies. The following morning, while Cal makes food for Rent and calls them to eat, Cecily gets ready. He returns to find that Rent absent despite seeing Cecily leave. He is concerned, so he looks for a run, but instead he finds a baseball bat covered in blood on the ground. After following the blood trail, he is shocked to find the body of his dog in a trash can nearby. The only person who has always been there was this devastating victim. By his moan, rankled by the deficiency of his dearest pet, he confronts Vic about the killing as he heads to school. However, Victoria's participation in spite of this cow, he decides to exact revenge. Sometime later, understudies assemble at the school exercise center to support the football crew. But when Dick addresses the crowd to encourage them to support the team, instead, when he arrives, they share her cow. Vic calls Kala a loser, becoming irritated. What's more, when Cow attempts to retaliate, Vic makes a whining sound like a dog, indicating that he had killed Kyle Stock. Kelly flees the scene as soon as she hears this and becomes even more determined to exact revenge. Hanky is bigger that night, and they have planned to use drugs to help them play well. While everybody is partaking in the match, Cow utilizes the chance to show him a thing or two and blends the opiates in with misfire powder. After the spans Wen Henk and Greater and breathe in the blend, they become unconscious and suffer immediate complications. Fortunately, they are taken to the hospital right away. After that, Cow approaches Vic and frightens him by laying out his losses. After that, he entices Vic to a lonely location and begins to beat him with a baseball bat. Eric is Vic to admit to killing Pipsqueak, notwithstanding, that admits that he had gone to be Cow, however its canine disrupted everything. Porgy and Cecily, concerned that Cow might be in trouble, looked for him in the meantime. After some time, Porgy seizes Borgie's gun and aims it at Vic, ordering him to apologize. After finding Calendar Vic fighting and interrupting him with a gun, Cow. Vic makes an apology to Callum and promises to comply with the demands because he is forced to do so. Cecily arrives at the scene just at that moment and tells Cal that shooting Ron will not bring Ron back to life. She then persuades Cal to give Vic a baseball bat as a different punishment for everything he has done. She suggests Vic's bravery for abusing her and cutting her rent. She hopes that this will teach him a lesson and that he will stop bullying other people. She agrees, but then Cow starts hitting Vic hard. Cecily says that she and Cow will bear the consequences. The film comes to a calendar end. Attend a homecoming dance party while you can hear the police outside. Turn on notifications. Please subscribe for more videos like this, and like the channel to support it. Thank you very much for watching.